Well, we have had some adventures lately, haven't we, with this whole Biden Harris thing for the election? And if you're going to say, hey, Tim, you did not capitalize the names Biden or Harris, no, that's not a mistake. I only capitalize the names of presidents who were actually elected and not installed. It's just one of my things, you know. Anyhow, oh, I see the whole setup that's been happening, and I'm kind of surprised at where we're going right now with it. But being that they're Democrats, oh jeez, the Democrats knew a long time ago Biden could not handle another 4 years, and Trump was going to beat him no matter what. So it was no accident they scheduled the first debate so early so he could just stumble all over himself, totally screw it up. All his donations would stop coming in, and even his own Democrat people would say, "All right, you're done. Get out of here." It took him a while to get it through his thick head, but the deep state and all the people behind the curtains, Obama, Clinton, all those kind of things, the ones who are really making the decisions, they say, "Hey, you're done. Get out of here. Retire." So, what was their alternative at this point? Biden's out. Who are they going to run? Now, I'm sure there are enough qualified Democrat senators and stuff that could do it, but for whatever reason, they're not in it. And all we have is Harris. Now, they had to run Harris because they would lose many millions of dollars in campaign funds, donations, if they didn't run her because her name is on the card for it. So they would have to give back all that money and then hope it was redonated to run someone else. Otherwise, they're stuck with Harris. This comma la 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 Harris. This has been the most amazing example of someone failing upwards that I've seen in a long time. So let me tell you what's wrong with her. Just a few things. First of all, she's a San Francisco, California liberal. So already we're off to a bad start. Then she's a woman who can't decide if she's Indian or black, depending on what crowd she's speaking to and whose vote she's trying to get. Keeps going back and forth. She bragged about smoking marijuana after putting a whole bunch of people in jail for that, kept a whole bunch of people in jail past their sentences. The list goes on. What has she done? Can even you liberals, what name one thing this Harris has done right in 4 years? She'll give these stupid speeches and go into her cackling laughter all the time. She'll get stuck on one sentence that is so meaningful and amazing to her. Like, don't you understand how great the yellow school bus is? Think about it. A yellow school bus. Or the passage of time and all her speeches. Who's in the thing here? Hello, Unseen Report. Thanks for joining the thing here. Yeah, yeah, that's Harris. This is wow. You know, the other leaders of countries we have problems with already didn't respect Biden. Harris would be so much worse. And she isn't, even if she was, let's just say, for example, she was elected, she isn't going to be deciding anything. Clinton, Obama, the other people behind the scenes, George Soros, and so forth, they will tell her, you will sign this, you will say that. And that's how it's going to be for 4 years, which is pretty much how it was with Biden for the most part. That's Harris, though. Wow. And she seems to think she deserves this and she would be good at it. No, not at all. Remember, back in the 2020 Democratic primaries, Harris failed so badly trying to get to the votes to be the Democratic candidate, she couldn't even win her own state, and she was coming in last or near last in the primary speeches, the debates. And so eventually, Biden picked her to be his vice president. Why? For the women's votes, because women, most, not all women, but most women, they think on matters like this, they think emotionally, not logically. Any woman who says, well, we need to have a woman president, you're instantly disqualified from making any more smart decisions, because male, female, white, black, whatever, that's the last thing you should be worried about. you know who can run the country, who can work with other countries and get things done. Oh, well, it's a woman. So what? That's not important. So, yeah, Biden put her in on his vice president slot to get the women and the liberal and the young kids votes. Oh, we need a woman. She'll be this, she'll be that. It just got him a lot of votes. That's all it was. And so during her 4 years, her speech about we're going to the border. We've been to the border. Well, which is it? Are you going or have you been? Pick one. You're tripping over yourself in your own 10 seconds of talking. So, disaster on the border, disaster on everything else he's ever done. Hasn't done anything worthwhile in 4 years. And now the Democrats are saying, well, if we want to keep this campaign money, we kind of have no choice to put you up for president. But you're going to do what we tell you to do. And you don't get to say anything about it. So that's what we're dealing with right now. Oh, boy. Now, Trump will have to change this whole thing a little bit here to deal with her, but it won't be hard. Now, I'm already hearing reports like, oh, in her first month, Kamala Harris raised how many millions of dollars, from new donating people. No, they're probably just recounting the money they already had and making it seem like it's her money. And this will die down quick enough once they start getting down to the real facts and have the real debates. Saying, okay, here's what she has done so far in her life. And, you really want to vote for this? You really want her in office? Really? Oh, boy. She didn't earn the name Heels Up Harris for nothing. How she got her, I heard she failed the bar exam, eventually got to be a lawyer somehow, then this whole prosecutor thing. Then she wants to be a senator. Then she wants to be your vice president. Then she wants to be president. Wow. Never have I seen someone screw up so much and get ahead somehow in the process. What's going on here? What are you typing there? I would have been less surprised if Michelle Obama would have been the candidate. Women in power, well, I don't think that's going to make any difference because they're not going to be making the decisions. They'll be getting their orders from behind the curtain and just writing the stuff down and rubber stamping it. I think, oh, the woman president did it. No, Obama or Clinton behind the curtain, they are the ones who did it. I told her what to say and stamp and write and everything. So we're going to have some adventures here the next 3 months. I can't wait for the first Trump-Harris debate. And once just all the plain and simple facts of her real history come out, they don't have to make up anything to say why she shouldn't. It's just her plain and simple truth of her whole last 10, 20 years. You want to let her be the president? Oh, boy. So I'm not going to make this video too long here. I'm already at 8 minutes. But this is going to be, what does that say? Oh, we'll see. So anyhow, another election coming up. Trump, I'm sure, will win. And have you all seen that Vince McMahon meme where he like a couple of different stages? He's like, then he's amazing. Like, wow, blown away. And the same thing with Trump. He was getting impeached, and then he was getting court cases, and then he had this problem. Then he gets shot, and it just blows up more and more popular with every little thing. That whole Trump shooting thing, how about that? Yeah. One of the things really annoying me about that was that Secret Service woman in charge said, it was a sloped roof. That's why we didn't have anyone up there. That roof was almost flat. There was nearly no slope to that. My house has more slope on the roof, and I can walk up this roof no problem at all if I want to. And you mean to tell me nobody was ever on that nearly flat roof? All right. Excuses. All right, well, anyhow, that's all for this video here. I'm just surprised at the whole Biden-Harris thing is working out so far. And I just heard on the radio tonight, she's going to be the official candidate. So everything is going to be lined up with trying to get her elected. And, I'm sure we'll see a whole lot more of the attempts at the shenanigans behind the scenes to bring in boxes of votes past the time limit and get these counted and recount them a few more times. And, all the stuff that happened in 2020, we're going to just try to, get her in the office any way they can. Because these Democrats, They don't care about nothing but staying in power. It's like, oh, we gotta do whatever it takes to get to stay in the White House. Forget the fact that you're totally destroying everything. You know, immigration, interest rates, jobs, prices. The list goes on. What have they done right? I'm sure they think they're doing it right for their purposes, but it's not right for America. Okay, well, that's all for this episode. And see you later on. And we'll follow the whole election thing and see how it goes. It's going to be fun the next 3 months watching all this happen.